last night was Halloween, as many people know, and I decided to dress up like everyone else does. You know, people are out there dressed like Satan and witches, and they're dressed like every horrible thing under the sun. Well, I decided to dress up as something, the most horrifying thing I could think of, which is the Black Woman, which is a person who is angry and fed up that their EBT card has been declined, that their race card is no longer working in this new climate, and that they're not receiving the reparations that they think they deserve. And think about this, Black woman. I'm here for you. I swear to God, I'm here for you. You must wake up with that mindset, okay? Like white girls have to manifest things, you have to manifest too. You have to manifest yourself into the ultimate super warrior, okay? You have to turn yourself into the ultimate warrior princess of Wakanda. What? Black women, you tear your hair out by the roots. You put every sort of chemical on your hair to straighten it out, despite being so proud of being black. And then you wonder why you have alopecia. And then you guys fight all the time. And yet you wear massive hoop earrings, you wear weaves in your hair, you wear fake eyelashes, you wear fake nails. All of these things are not conducive to fighting, okay?
When they said make America great again, were they talking about blackface? So recently the influencer Brittany Venti painted her face black for Halloween. Full blackface. Posed with a box of fried chicken, caption, when that EBT hit. I honestly can't even believe we've gotten to this point. People want to compare this to the viral Drewski skit, but there's a history behind blackface that doesn't get explained enough. Back in the 1800s and early 1900s, white performers would smear their faces with shoe polish, draw on exaggerated lips, and act out demeaning caricatures of black people in theatrical shows. These acts weren't harmless jokes. They were part of a system degrading black identity, making fun of black people for white entertainment. Fast forward to today, and yes, it's still happening. Another conservative influencer, Lily Gaddis, participated in the trend too. Yeah, the girl that got 5 minutes of fame for saying the N-word. Someone who Charlie Kirk followed on Twitter, by the way. So the internet is tearing her apart, rightfully so. She even went on the next day to explain that she did it so that hate can become more mainstream. This connects to a legacy of mocking, silencing, and making blackness into a joke. And sadly, both of these people are doing it for shock value and doing it to build their brand. And like, if someone does blackface in 2025 and just claims that it's satire or a joke, we can't give them a free pass. These people should have to struggle to find work because they used this climate as an opportunity to grow a following by using dangerous imagery. Their intention doesn't erase the effect, and the effect is linked to 200 years of hateful imagery. No matter who you are, Venti is biracial, identifies as mixed race, and tried to argue that it's her right to do it. But you can't plead on brand while leaning on a stereotype rooted in racial degradation. And honestly, it's kind of funny because she just recently said this, which is super ironic. This isn't about cancel culture. It's about moving past what looks like a harmless joke and confronting what it means. Blackface isn't an acceptable costume. It's a symbol of a society that suppressed black voices and turned black lives into mockery. And when an influencer uses it for clicks, what are they doing? Replicating that symbol. That's why I think.
Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. It's Ndagira here. Thanks for clicking on this video. So we're gonna be talking about this being, Lily. She's a white woman that actually decided that of all the things that she's afraid of on this planet, it is actually black people, especially a black woman. Because most of you know Halloween was a few days ago, like 2 to 3 days ago. But then she decided to dress up and put black paint on her face because apparently we are these monsters that she's so scared of. Like, yeah, black women and black people are so terrifying. She had to put black face as her costume. But this is a woman that actually has a black child. I mean, the father of the child is a black man, and it's quite concerning how that child really survives in that household. Because if your mother is willing to come out and diss people that look like you, or where she decided to go and birth into, like she decided to go and be with a black man to have a black child, but now has all the energy and makes all these decisions to come online and, you know, still disrespect those groups of people. It's insane. It's really, really crazy. And she kept talking about white women, you know, manifestors, like we manifest, like you as black women should try to manifest as well. Stop with the wigs, stop with the nails, stop with the hair, stop with the makeup, stop. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait. I see a lot of palm people as a whole tan and want to make their skin like brown, like tanned, as they say. They go, especially women, they go and fill up their lips to make them look like mine. They go and put stuff in their bums because they want to have big bums. They go and do all sort of things just to look like black women. And you have the audacity as a white woman to come on these streets of the internet and talk about how we black women, on how black women are like jealous of white women. Are you kidding me? And with the wigs, like everybody wears wigs. With the nails, every woman wears nails. The makeup, and I don't know why she was talking about like the makeup, but she had put paint on her face and talking about how she's sweating. Guys, this is my skin. I rarely sweat. This is my skin. I don't have to put paint on my face for me to sweat and act like I can't take what off. This is my skin. I can't take this off. She painted her face and is talking about, I'm sweating. I don't know how black women manage with this. Manage with what? Paint? We don't have paint on our faces. What do you expect to happen to you who is painting yourself? To demonize a group of people that are actually minding their business. It's guys, listen to what people are saying. More of this story, come back. Let me know what you think about it.
While we thought we could get through another Halloween without anyone doing blackface, we have to talk about this one. After watching that, if you're thinking, it's not that deep, no one cares, you've already fallen for one of two traps in that video. Because the power of stereotypes isn't that they're always overt, it's that they don't have to be. She starts out by framing this monologue as if she's going to give helpful advice to black women.
You must wake up with that mindset, okay? Like white girls have to manifest things, you have to manifest too.
But it's really a mock tutorial that one, reduces black women to fighters and spectacles.
Just you people fight every day. You
two, portrays women as animalistic, hyper-aggressive, and responsible for their own oppression.
By the way, half the struggles that black women think they face, it's of their own fucking doing. Running around in nails like this, running around in earrings like this, you people...
Three, fetishizes black women's bodies.
Black women fight, they're always naked. And I don't know if they're trying to intimidate their partner by their glorious body, or if they are just a victim to their clothing choices.
And four, equates femininity and adornment with moral and physical failure.
Do you see warriors glammed up? You must wear earrings that are small. You must never wear weaves. Weaves can be grabbed and pulled. To any of the black females angry at me in the chat, I just gave you the best...
Now, the fake self-help tone is key. It's not about advice, it's about humiliation. Specifically for the It's Not That Deep crowd, did you know that the Sapphire stereotype emerged in the mid-20th century and was popularized by the character Sapphire Stevens on the radio and TV show Amos and Andy? And that character drew on much older caricatures of black women as loud, domineering, and emasculating from slavery, Jim Crow, and minstrel traditions. And over time, it became one of the foundations of what we now call the angry black woman trope. The function of the ABW stereotype is simple but effective. It invalidates black women's anger by framing systemic harm as personal failure. However, by calling black women
warrior princes of Wakanda,
she attempts to reference the black empowerment and Afrofuturism of Black Panther, but then uses it to mock black women's strength as aggression. She's not critiquing, she's misquoting the culture. And she didn't lose the plot because she never understood it. Because strength, something black women often need just to survive, becomes proof of aggression to her. That's classic Sapphire logic. But here's the second trap. Anytime a black woman dares to critique a video like this, even lightly, she's cast as the angry villain in someone else's script. Black women and the community as a whole shouldn't have to choose between silence about racism or punishment for naming it. Calling out blackface isn't aggression, it's self-defense. If that makes you uncomfortable, it's because you mistaken simplicity for truth and comfort for understanding.
So I just saw clips of that Pimple Puss lady who did full blackface as her Halloween costume and said that she was dressed as a black woman because that's the scariest thing that she could think of. I'm not going to say her name or post the clips because that is what she wants and I refuse to give her what she wants. But I wanted to point out one of the things that she said while she was dressed in blackface because I thought it was really interesting. She said that she had planned to go to KFC, but by the time she remembered that she wanted to do that, she was already dressed in blackface, and so she didn't think that it was a smart idea to go out in public like that. That tells me everything that I need to know. This woman wants to be Charlie Kirk reincarnated. She wants to be a professional rage baiter, but will that ever really happen for her? Did Ben and JLo's marriage last? Because it's the same. I fear the only thing scary is her. Let's be so for real, she would never do this with her chest. She said herself it was not smart for her to go in public looking like that because she knows the second she steps outside in full blackface, a fade would immediately be called. And I'm not condoning violence. However, I'm not going to act like for some people, violence isn't the answer. Violence is the question. And the answer is yes. So she sits from the comfort of her parents' home attempting to rage bait for clicks and clout, but what she fails to realize is that no matter how racist she is, no matter how much she tries to appeal to a certain demographic, she is a she. You think they're going to follow a woman? Right. Never mind the fact that when she first went viral a year and a half ago, they found out that she has a biracial child and threw her out like the piece of trash that she is. This woman wants to be a professional rage baiter from home. Don't give her the satisfaction. If you're going to rage bait, come outside and do it. Because I'm trying to see something. Peace and love.
Yeah, we're in festive gear. We've got our pumpkin, no KFC and no watermelon today, and no sweet tea as well. Actually, I do have some tea.
Who are you doing this for? Who are you trying to impress? Who are you trying to anger? You really think that you putting on a whole bunch of dark makeup and talking about getting your nails done, and wanting fried chicken and watermelon, you think that upsets us? I promise you it doesn't. I don't even like watermelon. My hair comes from the scalp, right? That was supposed to really piss us off, right? Shaniqua. Pathetic. That's what it is. You look uncomfortable as hell right now. You look nervous as hell. Because every time y'all want to be racist, y'all go to these stereotypical characters. And you knew better than to go outside looking like that because you know better. If you was really about that life, you would have went outside and got that chicken looking just like that. If you was really committed to the bit. I got my nails did. I believe you have a child that also has a black father. That is so disheartening. This is the problem that I have with interracial dating, specifically black men who date white women, because black men continuously go out and date white women and procreate with them, produce with them, have children with them, and these white women do not like black people, and they inherently pass that disgustingness onto their children, form of abuse, self-hate, or they completely erase anything culturally connected to the black side of that child. And it is so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's so fucking frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's frustrating because that's why I don't typically give black women who date outside of the community as hard of a time as I do black men, because black women usually there's always an exception to the rule, but usually when a black woman dates a man who is not black or is not a part of the community, he is usually we don't usually go out and get a Chad. And if we do get a Chad and hung around the bros for a little bit. He knows code. He knows ball a little bit. And then we are left to have to deal with the consequences of your penis's actions. I don't like that at all. I feel bad for that child because if she is this disgusting online, I can only imagine how disgusting she is at home. And there's a possibility that she's not even like that offline, because I'm sorry, I don't believe the bit. I'm not convinced at the level of racism that you have. I'm not convinced. I've seen racism and you don't seem like you know ball. Real shaky, your voice is trembling a little bit. You didn't even want to go outside and be racist. What do you like, level 1, level 2? Like, which level are we at right now?
As you've seen in the video, that is what actually happened and how people are calling her out, because we should not let these people come and play in our faces and let them get away with it, because it's unacceptable. She was bringing the stereotypes of watermelons and KFC and all that, and I'm like, in 2025, what makes you think like it's okay for you to come and say all those things and it's just gonna be like easy and okay with you? Like, this is someone that actually used the N-word, and I think she does all these things because she patterned with a black man, so she feels like she's close to black people to say stuff about black people, but it's not okay. And for her to say that, like I said, black women are jealous of white men is insane, because we have people like Taylor Swift that are actually rich and have everything going on for themselves, but they literally brought and created an album of comparing herself to black women, because that's how insecure she is, or most of palm women are when it comes to black women. Everything that this woman is saying about our bodies, our hair, our faces, our makeup, everything, nails, whatever, it's because she cannot have that. I mean, she doesn't have the body, she doesn't get the attention, she doesn't get what we have. Like, naturally she has to go and look for it. So of course you're gonna come and put hate and jealous together and say these ridiculous statements. Like, I'm not even offended, I'm just like, how insane can you be for you to want to be talked about, that you have to still go and attack a group of people that are not in your business?
Hey, because I had a recommendation, and I want to talk about how minstrel shows and white American culture does not exist without the racism and bigotry towards black people in America. Before we get into it, when I asked years ago, what is white culture? Many of you said, well, there's Irish, Italian, British, Scottish, and so many and so on. That is European culture. In America, those groups of people have been blended underneath one race, and it is considered the white race in this country. What is white American culture? This is white American culture. This is Lily Gaddis. Lily Gaddis decided that she was going to put on blackface in her podcast and dress up like a black woman, so to speak, and her interpretation, and decided that she was going to talk about how we're angry about losing our EBT and all this other stuff, all kinds of stereotypes, right? And you would think this is something new and cause us to be angry and all this other stuff. No, girl, no. We know y'all. We've been living in y'all head for rent free since the 1800s. Insert my book recommendation, The African Americans Many Rivers to Cross by Henry Louis Gates, which has a documentary to go along with it. So let's talk about how Black Americans have been living in white Americans who are racist bigots' heads for free since the 1800s. And that includes Lily Gaddis and her ancestors. These people would use ads to sell products and create newspaper clippings to justify the stereotypes of what Black Americans were like in this country and how we were uncivilized, and without being underneath a white superior individual, we could not exist on our own. They even went as far as to paint their skin as white to say that Black people were trying to be white to be more acceptable. It's a great chapter starting on page 160, and I highly recommend that you read it. But I find it interesting that Lily Gaddis that decided that this was going to be her thing for Halloween. We knew it was coming. Some idiot was going to do it. But it reminds you a few things. White women were always complicit in the racism and bigotry throughout this country. They were not innocent. They were complicit in the disenfranchisement of Black people in this country. And Lily Gaddis is an example of that type of white woman. It also reminds us that there are many who would like to claim that Black people are playing the race card. Who invented race in this country? Who created the separation of people by skin color in this country? Because it sure wasn't Black people. Furthermore, all of the stereotypes that they come up with just goes to show you that they don't know anything about Black people. And everything that they do is from media of any form. They're not in community with Black people. They know nothing about us. And then will deny their privilege, their existence in this country, and how there's disenfranchisement for anybody who is not a white person in this country. Lastly, I want to know, how does it feel to live rent-free in someone's head for centuries? Like, how is it that Black people have lived rent-free in racist bigots' heads for centuries? They have passed their hatred down for centuries to their children, to their children's children. And you end up with a Lily Gaddis in 2025. Her existence wouldn't matter if she didn't have hatred towards Black people. The epigenetics is epigeneticking. I hope you made your Uncle Daddy proud.
Lily Gladys is the prime example of the right combination of hate and envy. With all of her antics, at first she got herself kicked off of TikTok because she was just throwing the N-word left and right, and she was not going to apologize. Lost her job, then kind of found some kind of calling, I think, on either Twitter or Instagram, for it to turn around and backfire on her. You find out that this woman has a biracial child. Not sure if it's a boy or a girl, but anyway, that part doesn't matter. So you have no problem laying with Black men, but you have every problem with Black people, especially Black women. So with that being said, I hope you get the day you deserve. I hope everything that you're calling to you, all that energy comes to you full fold. And I mean it. Even though, she got kicked off of here, so it's not like we're giving her anything by this, but I do hope that you get everything that you're asking for.
Meet Lily Gaddis. She dressed up as blackface for Halloween. Let's talk about it. This lady hopped on, made a video, and was talking about the reasons why Black people are struggling is because they're doing this, and this. She was trying to give Black people advice saying, if you guys don't want to struggle and blah, 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 then, you need to do this. It's just funny to me, a white lady is trying to give Black people advice on how to not struggle as a Black community. But then she goes on and paints her face black for Halloween and just completely airs out Black people. Not mentioning, she literally said the N-word with the hard ER multiple times. Like, multiple times. I just don't understand what is going on, bro. It is 2025, and it seems like a lot of people are just coming out just being 100% racist. Like, dude, this got abolished way back when. Why are people still racist? And it blows my mind, y'all. To hear what she said in this video, bro, is like as if it was set back in the whenever slavery. And it sounds like she's a freaking slave master, bro. Disgusting beyond me, bro. I think everybody should go to her account and report her 100%. She needs to be taken off the internet. Disgusting human being right here.
This is the same girl that went viral about a year ago for saying the N-word. So is anyone really shocked by this? I'm not. This is Lily Gaddis, and this is a clip from her podcast. And here's her Halloween costume. And I did watch a few of the clips. I wanted to avoid talking about it because there's really one reason and one reason only that people do stuff like this. And that's because it gets the clicks, it gets us talking, and it gets the views. I guarantee you, if she does have a team that she works on this podcast with, everyone was applauding her for this. And unfortunately, the reason people do it is because it works. And unfortunately, the left pushed so hard in one direction, there was going to be a pushback in an opposite direction. And now there is a market for this. It sort of reminds me of Nicole Arbor. So she was someone that got kind of internet famous and had a big YouTube channel for a while. And a long time ago, she calls herself a comedian, and a long time ago, she made a sketch making fun of people that were overweight and hid behind the guise of comedy and edgy comedy. Except there was literally no punchline. There wasn't, in her piece and this, nothing thought-provoking. I wouldn't even give it enough credit to call it being a provocateur. It's something that gets buzz, it gets the clicks.
You put every sort of chemical on your hair to straighten it out, despite being so proud of being black.
Yes, this is exactly what you think this is. This is in fact a white woman currently doing blackface whilst going on a racist tirade to attack other black women. This individual is not new to the internet. They've made countless of other videos in the past attacking black people, calling black people the N-word, and have said so many disgusting, racist, and dehumanizing things towards black people. And in this latest attempt, they decided to blackface, which only shows us how uglier she is on the inside and also on the outside. Because all we can see is you're not the type of woman other people want to aspire to be like.
The hoop earrings, you wear weaves in your hair.
Why don't you tell the truth about who really invaded us? Why don't you tell the truth how we've been fighting y'all for over 400 plus centuries or whatever made up years you guys are trying to tell us? To this day! Why don't you tell them that the white T-man is really an illusion and that y'all the real puppet masters, the archetype behind the curtain, weaponizing innocence while rewriting the narrative? Why don't you let them know the destructive power behind the tears of you guys and how you have destroyed countless of black families? Why don't you let them know that you guys chased us and we didn't chase y'all, and you forced yourselves into our bloodline only to try to erase the creator herself? Why don't y'all let them know what you used to do to the little babies in the womb, and God forbid they grow up and had a crush on one of y'all? Why don't y'all let them know? But instead of accountability, you rather cosplay the divine mother of humanity herself and smear on and imitate this melanin that has birthed all life on earth, and then get rewarded with fame and fortune for doing it. So maybe she knows exactly what she's doing, because cosplaying us has always been a profitable performance in history. But this era is coming to an end. But let me know what you guys think about this video.
So I kind of feel bad for Lily Gaddis. I mean, you put out that rage bait and you got no response from anyone. And I saw her on a podcast earlier today talking about how people need a racist and how she has to be the villain. You don't have any enemies, Lily. People called your job and you were the only one that lost in this. You didn't stir up some emotional response amongst the black community. You didn't cause conflict between white people and black people. You said what you said, now just move on. Nobody really gave you any attention whatsoever. And it's sad because how desperate do you have to be to try to be a pretend villain? Like, oh, all these people hate me. Ain't nobody mad at you. I don't hate you. You said what you said. It's cool. Like, it's no big deal to me. It's no big deal to 99.999% of the people who watch that video. It is what it is. You said what you said. You're just maybe a little lame. That might be why you don't get the attention that you want, right? So, maybe instead of putting out rage bait, you should just work on that.
If you don't, bring out racism, if you don't talk about black people, then you're probably not going to be considered as something or someone. Because now you are like, yeah, they're talking about me, but is it a good light? Is it something that women that look like you really aspire to be? It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And as people are saying, I also pity the child of this woman, because if we, people on the internet have to experience you and, see you for that, how are you in the house? How are you in the home? Is that child really okay? Are they safe? Do you even teach them anything about, themselves as being, biracial or black? I don't know. It's insane. And what was also interesting and funny to me is that she was to go and get, KFC chicken. But then, yeah, she decided, like, no, let me not do that. Let me not do that because I already have black face on my face. I'm like, if you painted yourself black and that was your costume, why are you afraid to go outside and do whatever you have to do? Because I mean, I did Halloween. I dressed up and I still went out. Everybody dressed up and went out. What stopped you from going out? Because she knows that whatever she's doing is BS. She's such much of a coward that she had to do that and stay in her house and just sit on a microphone and the screen and spew out BS. Because clearly that's what she did. Like, she can never do it in public. She can only do it as a coward in her house. And that's hilarious to me, because be committed like people are saying, be committed fully and go embrace your character, like embrace it, than to come here and stereotype us and use stereotypes to demonize us on how we are angry and fighting all the time. Like, how many people have we seen this year that have actually taken the lives of people? Palmed people. The number or the amount of crimes that you people create or do is insanely wild for you to be able to come and be like, oh, black black women are always fighting, yeah, because of the long nails. What is stopping her from wearing the nails or, putting the wigs, as, she says, and makeup and, getting the bump that clearly she's offended by because she sees those things with black women? Like, are you that insanely jealous that you have to come and do that online? Guys, that is it for me today's video. I can't add on this. It's just, wow, what a world that we live in. But clearly these people are running mad every single day. They really cannot survive without dissing black people or passing black people in their mouth for them to stay relevant, and it shows. It clearly shows. That is it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, I'm always posting. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.